My teeth. It's right around 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, April 16th, 2025. And over the last 10 minutes while I've been standing here trying to brush my teeth, there are problems with the water that suddenly started happening as soon as I stepped up to the sink and started trying to rinse off my toothbrush under the water. And at the same time, someone in the bathroom of 78 started making banging noises and blowing intense amounts of some very gritty, nasty cigar or cigarette smoke straight through this wall from what is the bathroom of a vacant, intermittently unrented unit, Unit 78. And at the same time, this must be one busy psychopath behind this wall, I have started getting, once again, electronically assaulted by the same directed energy weapon that Jasmine Irizarry has bragged that she is using on me on multiple comments made on my social media page in writing over the last year and a half. And her use of this directed energy device started happening back in 2018. At the time, I thought it was my router. I got rid of my router. I thought the router was going haywire. I got rid of all my electronic equipment except for the one thing that I do need, which is my cell phone. And I'm using that cell phone now to make this video. And yet the electronic assaults continued. And that's when I realized the electronic currents that I was experiencing as some sort of physical assault were not coming from anything that I was using in this unit, but were coming from somewhere nearby in one of the surrounding units. And because Irizarry has been residing on and off in Unit 78 since 2013, when her friend, the criminal slumlord, Mr. Elisayev, placed her in Unit 78 behind this wall, the electronic assaults seem to be coming from somebody who gets deliberately disruptive against the wall behind the sink at the same time that they start to use this directed energy weapon to electronically assault me when I engage in one of three very specific silent activities in the privacy of this unit that nobody should have any knowledge of. Irizarry has a problem with me lying on my bed, flat on my back, facing the ceiling. That's when she really goes to town with her directed energy device. And because there are absolutely no electronic pieces of equipment anywhere around that bed, there's one plug, and it plugs my AC and sometimes the light, but I don't always plug in the light. I should not be getting electronically assaulted almost every single time I lie on my bed in the middle of a day when I have the day off or don't have to be anywhere and I try to rest. Also, Irizarry likes to electronically assault me when I'm in the shower, but she only does it when I'm removing clothing when I'm in the shower. She doesn't do it when I'm standing in the shower fully clothed under the water, which I do. I shower with my clothes on until the last possible minute because there have been at least 24 extremely malignant male residents of this building complex over the last few years who have told me that they can see what I do in my bathroom and have accurately described my personal activities when I am in the supposed privacy of my bathroom. That's when Irizarry likes to also electronically assault me. And because there's no electronic equipment in or around my shower anywhere, there's no reason for me to be electronically assaulted once again when I'm standing in my shower, shampooing and removing my clothing and trying to go somewhere. This is not some sort of illness. This is not imaginary, especially not since the person who I have been saying is doing this for years has admitted in writing to doing this and has also bragged that she is getting paid a lot of money to do this. Stupid criminal. I have screenshots of those comments. And right now, I am unable to continue brushing my teeth because every time I put something in my mouth, somebody in the bathroom behind this wall who seems to have some kind of apparent, evident knowledge of what I do in this unit has been smacking the wall whenever I put the toothbrush in my mouth, and I have been getting electronically assaulted by the same directed energy device that Jasmine Irizarry, the sponsored BLM activist, sex offender, and psychopath, close personal friend of Mr. Elisayev and the property owners of this building, the Kritnik family, has been using for years. And I say that she's a close personal friend of the owners because every time I report her aggressive, assaultive behavior to the Greenville office staff, they say, oh, we'll tell the owners about it. We'll let them know. So what, are they babysitting her or something? Are they in charge of her? Are they sponsoring her? Are they letting her live here rent-free, as several people have mentioned in written comments on my social media page? She's a psycho. I actually worked with the clinical team who was treating her at the Shattuck Hospital back in 2006. Back in 2006, Jasmine Irizarry was verifiably a psychopath who was being treated at the Shattuck Hospital. And I was a PhD level intern, more like a practicum intern, in the neuropsychology track at the Shattuck Hospital. That's a verifiable fact. And my friends were treating Irizarry. They were part of the team that were doing group therapy with Irizarry. And apparently the staff had to wear protective gear around her because she would compulsively vomit on the staff due to the fact that she carries a deadly viral disease that is transmitted through body fluids. So now I'm going to have to call the Greenville group, tell them that Irizarry has been, once again, resuming her use of a directed energy weapon to electronically assault me when I engage in personal hygiene activities in the privacy of this living space, and only when I engage in those activities. If I stop brushing my teeth, the electronic assault seems to stop. This is a severely disturbed sex offender who is psychotic and is also a psychopath and has this thing for watching me engage in personal hygiene. It doesn't matter if I'm showering, using the toilet quietly at like 3 a.m. with the lights off, or standing at the sink quietly brushing my teeth. It doesn't make any noise. However, she keeps using this directed energy device only when I start putting the toothbrush in my mouth, which is why I've had to stop. There's also a tremendous amount of cigarette smoke coming from behind this wall, and deliberate, pretty aggressive smacking and banging. There's no reason for anybody to be smacking that wall right now. It's a bathroom. Is it a padded cell? Apparently, it's the padded cell that the property managers here at the Greenville Group have chosen to place Jasmine Irizarry in for years. And she deliberately gets disruptive based on what she can obviously hear me doing or saying in the privacy of this living space. And right now, I'm getting an electric current running straight through me. It starts at my head. It's literally an eyeball popping, ear splitting kind of pressure and pain that then goes down your entire body and makes you feel like you have the juice squeezed out of you and you're being lit on fire. That's an electronic assault. It's not anything else. I am a biological scientist at the master's level. I have co-authored over 13 scientific studies in some of the highest end scientific journals on the planet. And I know the difference between something that is happening from my own body, that my own body is generating, and something that is being done to my body and occurring and originating outside of my body. This is a physical assault that the psychopath who I have been saying is doing this has admitted to doing in writing on social media. So I don't even have to prove anything. I have those comments.